What's good, people? It is Tony the Savant back again, live again. Before we get started, could you like this video, share this video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel as well. Oh, goodness. One second, y'all. Sorry, full time daddy, full time entrepreneur. One second. One second, people. One second. All right, full time daddy, full time entrepreneur, man. There is no separation of personal and professional. But anyway, we'll be joined by Savvy the Savant, my baby girl. But we are talking about. Well, before I get to this prediction, please like the video, share the video, all that good stuff. Hit the notification bell, and as well, leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. We're kicking off an epic Saturday, another epic Saturday in college football. And I think the biggest matchup thus far in 5 weeks of college football is going down tonight between number two ranked Georgia. Okay, you can't be making noise while we on this. We at work right now. Okay, you got something to say? I think you're going with Georgia. I think Chappy Jake's going with Georgia as well. But number two Georgia versus number four. Okay, all right. One second, y'all. One second. All right, people. Sorry about that. Full time entrepreneur, full time daddy. It don't stop. But we're talking about this Georgia, number two Georgia versus number four Alabama matchup. Again, in my opinion, perhaps the biggest college football game of the season so far in 5 weeks of football. Um, a lot going on in this matchup. You know, a lot. It's a lot of storylines and a lot of star-studded players. We got the off the top, perhaps maybe the best coach in college football since the retirement of my favorite college football coach all time, Nick Saban, and Kirby Smart. Kirby is pretty much a legend in his own right. Forget how many championships he's won, but right now he's the top dog. And he is going up against an Alabama team that is without, again, my legendary coach, my favorite legendary coach in college football, Nick Saban. Um, Up until this point, though, Nick Saban has owned Georgia and Kirby Smart, with the exception of that matchup. I know they faced off in 2023. I think it was the SEC championship game where Georgia and Kirby Smart they were able to defeat Alabama, and I believe I'm trying to remember who was ranked because these teams they've had several matchups with both of them in the top 10. I think the last Nah, it was one time when Alabama was number eight, but like the last four of the five matchups, uh, both these teams have been in the top three or the top five, something crazy like that. We all know how the SEC gets down. The SEC is pretty much the NFL of college football, y'all. If you didn't know, now you know. If you're looking for some very good football on the collegiate level, you might want to tune and tap into the SEC. And this is just going to add into that legendary lore of the SEC with this matchup tonight. But just off the top, we got the top dog coach tonight. We got the number one prospect, number one NFL pick prospect in Carson Beck as well. Carson Beck is going to be the best quarterback that Alabama has seen thus far. Alabama has had some decent games, but up until this point, I think they've pretty much had. off nights. Excuse me, they've had easy games. Excuse me, and didn't really have to turn it up any, if you will. Um, Jalen sorry guys, let me look at this. So I'm reading this email. I'm sending this real quick just for work. Okay. Sorry about that. Jalen Milroe, quarterback of the Alabama Crimson Tide, coming into this matchup as well. He has been phenomenal this year. I don't know why Jalen isn't more involved in these Heisman discussions, because he has kept accounted for 14 of Alabama's touchdowns this year. I believe 8 touchdowns were passes, 6 were rushing, or it might be the other way around. But he has been, very, very outstanding. I got to give him his credit. And I did not believe in Jalen at first. There's also a young man on the Alabama Crimson Tide that I used to cover when he was in high school. I lived in East Texas for some time. A kid named Jalen Hale. And Jalen Hale is decent. He's still a younger guy. I think he'll be moving up in the depth chart soon, but he suffered a knee injury. So just wanted to shout him out real quick because I've covered him since high school. He suffered a knee injury a little while ago, and last I heard, his recovery is on the up and up. I'm pretty sure Alabama's kind of keeping him on the shelf. I think this will be technically his first year there. So just shouting out Jalen Hill, man. Speedy recovery to you, little bro. Um, but as far as this secondary for the Alabama Crimson Tide, I think it's going to be a problem. I think that's going to probably be a problem for them tonight. Russian defense has been decent, but they only had one real, proven talent come back in the secondary last year as a number of guys went on to the NFL. And again, with Carson Beck being the best quarterback so far that Alabama is going to face, I think it's going to be a problem, for them. Carson Beck can definitely dice them up. And that's why I got Georgia winning tonight. I know a lot of folks, I hate to pick against Alabama. A lot of folks that I rock with are with the Roll Tide. And of course, again, one of my mentors, somebody that I listen to for motivation in the morning when I get up, do my morning jogs and workouts and all that good stuff. I listen to Nick Saban, break down life from time to time. So I do hate to pick against Alabama, but that secondary for Alabama is very shaky for me. But on the other side, it's pretty much just Carson Beck and everybody else. He doesn't really have the lure of weapons that we're typically that we typically see with Georgia, and Kirby Smart. To his credit, let's talk about Caleb DeBoer real quick, because Alabama has the goat, the bear, and now DeBoer. So the Caleb DeBoer era has been successful so far. But we should note that Kirby Smart has a very dominant record versus first time coaches he goes up against. I believe he has a 21-0 record versus first time coaches. And so that I don't believe in stats all that much, but that might be a trend that works 100% against Coach DeBoer. Again, uh, he's taken the spot of a legendary coach that has big shoes to fill. And I'm excited to see this game, man. I'm gonna be 100. I'm gonna be I'm super excited to see this game. Again, there's so many moving pieces in this thing. A legendary SEC matchup of all college football. I think I enjoy watching SEC the most. And to speak to Georgia as well, they ain't. I'm going with them, but they not 100% got my confidence because they had a very close matchup with the University of Kentucky the last time we seen them 2 weeks ago. They've had a bye week last week, and then 2 weeks ago they had a matchup with Kentucky. I think that game ended like 14-12 or 13-12, something like that. The thinnest and skinniest of margins, and nothing that you would expect from a AP top 3 team. So But I got all the confidence in Caleb. Excuse me, not Caleb. I got all the confidence in Carson Beck, Kirby Smart, and company. My final score on this one. Damn, it's always hard to judge these SEC games or just rivalry games. Period. Because it can be a blowout on one side, it can be one of those close matchups, that goes down to the wire, or it could just be some unpredictable stuff. Oftentimes in these rivalries, you'll see a random guy, somebody that's really not in the game plan so much. You'll see that guy pop up and have a good game because these two teams know each other so well. I believe the first time Alabama and Georgia faced off against one another was November in 1895. 1895, y'all, over 100 years ago. So this is a 100-year plus rivalry that we got going down tonight. Again, in probably the biggest game in college football tonight. I will be completely honest. I think everybody's going to be glued to the screen on this one, including me. So I'm excited to see all this go down. Again, I'm excited for Coach DeBoer. These two prolific quarterbacks been putting up, outstanding performances. Georgia has had to win ugly, and Alabama has looked like Alabama, even in the post Saban era. But I think this is where the DeBoer hype kind of slows down. I think after this game, Alabama will pick up stride and get right back to what they're doing. But this game, particularly, I think it's going to get rough for them quick. And I know Georgia's schedule, it gets a little rough for them as well these next few games after this. So they're about to start a gauntlet for them as well. But number 2 ranked Georgia versus number 4 Alabama tonight. My final score, and I'm not confident in this, y'all, so don't go put no bets on Vegas or nothing like that based on my prediction. But my final prediction for this game is going to probably be something like a 20-17 type game. Like I say, gonna see a lot of defense. I want to say a lot of defense because I'm not too positive. I'm not too confident in Alabama's secondary. I've seen them get diced up. South Florida diced them up pretty nice when they faced off about 3 weeks ago now. So and I can't even name the quarterback for them, not off the top of my head. So Carson Beck is the best in the business, and he'll be able to do what he do. So that's my prediction: 20-17. Go Georgia. And I hate to pick against the Roll Tide, man. I do, but it is what it is. On your way out, please like the video, share the video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel. As well, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, as I drop content daily, go live daily, stay busy in the platform. And last but not least, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, as I'm always intrigued to know what y'all got to say about these topics. I'm sorry I'm cutting it short, y'all, but the first game that I'm into, I'm looking at the Tulane Green Wave. Who we got up again? Versus South Florida. This is a game that I had pegged on my docket and it just kicked off. So let me get to work, and we'll pop back out. Probably do a midday stream as well. Try to recap some of the college games going down today. Of course, we got a lot of NFL stuff going down in about 12 hours as well. Getting back to NFL Sunday. So let me just get to work, y'all, and we're gonna pop back out. We're gonna recap that Georgia Alabama game tonight as well. I am Tony the Savant. Thank y'all, man, for the love and support, for real. Peace.